Good evening to all my wonderful viewers out there, and welcome back to another drop list video, the series where I cover all the items that are releasing in a specific week for various different streetwear brands. And in today's video, I'm going to be covering everything that released in week 1 of Palace's Winter 2024 collection. But before I get into what released in week 1 of Palace Skateboards' Winter collection, got to talk about you guys, because even though I'm covering this late, you guys have come through and supported the channel regardless. What you've done is you've helped the channel reach the subscriber milestone that I set recently of 3,890 subscribers, and I wanted to thank you for it. I wanted to thank both the public and private subscribers for subscribing to the channel. Realistically, guys, I wouldn't be able to hit any of these milestones without your continuous support, so thank you very much. Thank you for being there for me. It's fantastic to see. We've hit 3,890. The next milestone I'm going to set is just 5 more. Can we hit 3,895 before the end of October? But let's get into week 1, guys. So yes, week 1 released last week on October 4th. I was unable to cover it because I went over to Brisbane. I went to Queensland. I went over there to go hang out with some of my mates that now live in Queensland, but also to go to a music festival on the Saturday. Listen Out had some awesome artists playing. We got Earth Gang, we got 21 Savage, we got Skepta, who was probably my favorite out of all the 3 that I just mentioned there, although Earth Gang is probably a close second because I'm a huge fan of the duo. But yeah, I'll probably post about it and the whole trip and everything like that on Instagram soon, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, that is basically why I couldn't cover week 1. I mentioned it in the videos beforehand though, so you had some idea that it wasn't happening, but I still wanted to come back from the trip and cover the week. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to cover week 1, and I'll get week 2 out for you as soon as I can with that. But we'll be using a Palace community page today to cover week 1 and all its release details. We'll head on over there now and we'll start covering the release details for week 1. So here we are at the Palace community page that we're going to be using today, guys. It'll be linked down in that description section below if you want to vote on the items yourselves. But we'll cover those release details for week 1, and then we'll dive into the huge selection of pieces that released in week 1. But we know that it's always going to be big for week 1 because it's always the biggest week for the season. But week 1 released on Friday, October 4th, would be 11 a.m. GMT time for the UK, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the US, and that's it for those 2 regions. Then the next day, October 5th, is when it releases in Asia, and it releases in Japan, Shanghai, and China via the WeChat store. 11 a.m. in their respective time zones, I think, off the top of my head. Or is it Korea? Is it Korea, Japan, and China? I think so. I'm always a bit sketchy on the Asian details, but I think that's it. They're always available on the Palace official store though, if you want to know the actual release times. But yeah, that's it. It basically released on the Friday, the 4th of October, or the Saturday, the 5th of October, depending on your region. But now that we've covered that, let's get into it. Let's start covering this huge first week of the Winter 24 season. So it just keeps going. It just never ends. So we'll scroll up, we'll cover the first section, which is the sweatshirts of week 1. All right, we have a couple options to start off week 1. We've got some very basic so far crew neck sweaters. We have a nice little quarter zip, which if it comes in some nicer color offerings, I think the black one, the gray one is probably the best. We have the unisex hoodie making a reappearance. I think this debuted quite recently, within the past 12 months at least. A very simple, basic Palace hoodie. On top of that, we have a tri-line hooded sweatshirt. It just seems like a take on Palace's iconic logo, nothing too crazy there. And we have the Shatter zip-up hoodie. This hoodie featured in the lookbook. I think we saw it in the navy color off the top of my head. I like it when the text is filled in with the white and it shatters like white glass. The black isn't really doing too much for me. So I think the green and the navy are the best there. What are my favorite pieces out of the sweatshirts this week? I think I'd say the quarter zip here, this Shatter hoodie, and you can't go wrong with a very simple unisex hoodie here as well. But nothing that really pulls me, nothing that really makes me want to jump out and have to quickly buy this on the resale market. It's all just okay. To the hats for week one, we've got some collaborative offerings here, but also a lot of seasonal offerings. I would say that out of all the hats that are releasing this week, I think the 6-panel is very nice, a classic, really easy to wear, love it. We have the font beanie coming in some very nice colors. And then we have the ye olde corduroy Palace hat. And I just think it looks really nice. Nice logo, corduroy material. Yeah, I think those are the best hats releasing this week. I like it in the black, I like it in the navy, and the brown isn't too bad at all. But I would say those are my favorite hats of this week. The rest of them, they're okay. To the bottoms, which this section and the trousers section, it's all just going to be matching bottom halves to the top halves that we will see in the sweatshirt section, the jacket section, etc. And we can already see that because the unisex joggers are here. We've got some shell cargo pants and yeah, more collaborative pants as well. Look, they're fine. Nothing crazy from the bottoms section for me. I think the trousers section, which is pants with belt loops, etc., will probably appeal to me more. So let's go check out the trousers and see what we're getting. Yeah, this is definitely more my flavor. We have some P90 baggy pants coming in, corduroy fabric. We've got it coming in, I think it's just a corduroy fabric. Yeah, okay, so they've changed out the iconic silhouette from Palace from denim to corduroy this season, which I'm fine with that. That's a nice little change of pace. I like it in the navy. It looks quite nice. And does it come in a black? Oh. They changed it up dramatically for the black. The black is not corduroy. And they've done this like quilted panel across it and then denim for the rest of it. I'm kind of disappointed by that. I was actually really keen to see it in corduroy and they completely changed it. It is a nice looking replacement by the looks of it, but not when I was on that expectation of getting black corduroy pants. But yeah, here we are. We have the needle cord beach pants. They're nice. The P45 jeans look really cool as well, especially in this like Day of Wrath color. It looks sick. Like that print on the pants. It just looks awesome, doesn't it? But yeah, apart from that, like I think the trousers section this week is a lot better than the bottoms, but I think that's biased because I'll always pick pants that have belt loops over pants that don't. I don't know, man. It's just a nice look wearing a belt. I think that's why I feel that way. Now, see, I'm really bummed out that the Day of Wrath like graphic is only on a puffer jacket because I'm not a puffer jacket guy, as you guys know. So I would have loved this graphic on like a denim jacket to match the denim pants that they did for it. But yeah, they didn't do it. And quite interestingly, they did the panel denim jacket, which is, you know, this awesome denim jacket with these different like panels on it, which give it a little bit of flavor. But then they match with the P90 jeans that I think looked better as its own piece. So now I'm confused. Unless the, you know, Palace community page has it mixed up and the panel jeans that we saw before are not the P90 jeans. I'm just a bit confused on why they would do the P90 jeans in the panel silhouette, panel design just for the black and then not for the other colors. It doesn't seem very Palace to do that. But anyway, that's just my thoughts. The panel denim jacket is nice though. I like it in the stone gray, the black. Does it come in a blue? It doesn't come in a blue. That's a bit of a shame. We've got a utility vest. I think this is perfectly fine. Wear it over the top of some hoodies. It would look nice. The heavy bomber jacket looks sick. Comes in some awesome colors. Hopefully it doesn't have a huge graphic on the back of it or something like that, but yeah. Oh, and the burgundy. When do you ever see a burgundy bomber jacket? It's a very nice color for a bomber jacket. They've done well with that. Very, very nice piece. And then we've got the puffer jackets and the stars jacket here. Not my type of jacket, not my type of style, but I could see a lot of you Palace fans out there really getting around that type of thing. I'd say my favorite piece this week in the jackets probably has to go to the heavy bomber. If not, the panel jacket does go pretty crazy as well. This is pretty crazy, but we do have some jewelry this week. Not some jewelry that you normally would be expecting though. The Palace script hoop earrings. They're gold plated, unfortunately. They're not solid gold, they're gold plated. They look cool. I probably wouldn't wear them, but shout out to Palace for doing something a little bit different, I suppose. You know, I gotta give them the credit for that. Someone will buy these and wear them, I'm sure. We of course have the skateboards for the season releasing this week, and I'll say what I've always said about Palace skateboards. They're definitely more for riding instead of collecting. I would much rather collect Supreme skateboards because, you know, they have cool artwork on them and stuff like that. While these Palace ones, they never really do much for me, you know? And to the t-shirts, we have quite a few. We have the unisex t-shirt. I mean, I'm going to be a fan of that in either the white or the black because, I mean, literally look at me. I wear these every single day. Not a lot of other graphic t-shirts kind of appeal to me here, although something about that thumbs up t-shirt with the cat, it's kind of fun. I just wish the cat wasn't like weird alien colors though for a lot of the shirts, because like I like it in the white and the black, but why is the cat blue? Why is the cat black, green? Like, it's some very strange colors to go with, but if I had to say my favorite t-shirts of week one, it's probably going to go to the unisex t-shirt and the thumbs up t-shirt, just because it's such a goofy graphic to have. To the shirting, we have, I think it's a ridiculous shirt. When I saw it in the lookbook, I was like, I'm out. Like, the pockets are so huge. Look at that. It's like, it's massive. Like, you could probably fit an iPad in that. Like, they just look huge. It's $208, corduroy. Look, the color choices are great. At least they gave them good color choices. I just can't do it with that size of a pocket. It's too much for me. Maybe for you guys, maybe you can get around it, but let me know how you feel about it. To the accessories, we have some pins, some wallets, a toolbox, stickers, a nice skate tool though. That's a cool skate tool. A mug, another mug. Wouldn't mind having the mugs, you know, can't go wrong with a bit of coffee, you know what I mean? But yeah, oh, and a dog bed. If you have a dog, you can get a Palace dog bed. All in all, the accessories aren't doing much for me this season. Now to the knitwear, we have some pretty crazy pieces actually. I was not expecting this many, but we have the collaborative ones with Averex. They're fine, nothing too crazy. And then we have the hairy flag knit sweater. This is probably mohair, but I thought from the lookbook that we were only going to get the UK one. I didn't know the other colors were coming in different regions of the world. So that's cool. My favorite ones, the South Korea one's pretty sweet. The Wales one looks sweet. My favorite is still the UK one though. Something about having like a mohair knit sweater with the Union Jack on it just seems really tough. Don't know why, but those three are my favorite. The Jamaican one, I like the position of the flag on the sweater and how it's applied, but yeah, I don't know about the color scheme. I don't know how well that would work. I don't know. Either way, it's an awesome knit sweater all round. I definitely have my preferences on which colors I like. But we have the collaborative knit sweater with Rafa, and this is probably the first Rafa piece that I was actually quite keen on, or quite interested in, I should say, because normally I'm not interested in their collabs because it's all to do with cycling, and my old man loves cycling, but I never got into it. It's a cool knit sweater, but it's $240. I'd much rather buy one of the flag mohair ones over that one at that price point. The socks, collaborative socks with Rafa. I'll just stick to my white or black socks. Luggage, we have a lot of options coming in 2 color offerings, the same as the wallets that we saw before. None of these are speaking to me at all. I don't usually wear bags or anything like that, so you really got to make an effort to appeal to me, and I just like a more traditional bags. So something like this, none of it's really appealing to me. Last but not least, we have the custom tops. We have the Rafa short sleeve jersey if you want to go cycling in it, and the long sleeve one. I'm obviously not interested in either of those. We have the Avrex collaborative mesh jersey. I actually really like this. Solid color, cool logo on the front of it. Comes in 3 nice colors. It's a nice piece. But yeah, that is week 1 in its entirety. How do I feel about week 1? I am very surprised, because I thought week 1 would contain like a big heavy hitting jacket that we saw in the lookbook to start off with, because generally week 1 has that. It has that big heavy hitting piece, but there is a variety of different pieces here. I think the jackets is probably the best section this week, but there's some really cool pieces in the hats, the knit sweaters, things like that. Yeah, there's some wild pieces in week 1. It's a crazy week 1 to start off with. And there's definitely some pieces that they came up for the right price. I'd consider picking them up. But I'd love to hear from you. Now that we've covered week 1, did you pick up anything from week 1? Did you go for that shirt with the massive pockets on it? Did you go for the mask bucket hat? Let me know. Let me know how you feel about week 1 down in that comment section below. And that's everything to cover about week 1, guys. We covered the release details. It dropped on October 4th or October 5th, depending on your region. We covered all the individual pieces, thoughts on basically the best pieces. I feel like, especially with Palace releases, there's the same piece but in 6 different colors, and I feel like you don't need to hear me go over every single color unless it's a good piece. Like the hairy flag knit, because that is a sick piece. But yeah, now I want to hear from you guys. Did you pick up anything from week 1? Did you, or did you not? Fair enough. I mean, there's a lot of, there's always so many clothes that are releasing, so many things to pick up. I can totally understand if you didn't, but I'd love to hear if you did. Let me know if you did pick up something and what you picked up down in that comment section below. And if you guys want me to keep covering all the upcoming weekly drops for Palace's winter season, you know what I'm going to ask you for. The 3 indicators I always ask you for, which is a like on this video, a comment in that comment section down below, and if you haven't already, a subscribe to the channel. Because as I mentioned at the start of this video, we got that new milestone to reach. We're trying to hit 3,895 before the end of October. Hopefully with your guys' continuous support, we'll be able to reach that milestone before the end of the month. But that is week 1 done and dusted. We've now got it sorted. I gotta cover week 2, but there's a collaboration releasing for week 2, I think. I'm gonna have to cover that collaboration first. So we'll get to that. That'll be coming shortly, so stay tuned for that. But until the next Palace video, until the next streetwear talk video, until the next drop list video in general, I'll catch you later.